going to reveal that was swear not to see the day of light by NDA. I am risking my life for many others. This story is 18 and up and only for mature audience. I want to make sure my story is very detailed as I can remember. My first story, where it all started, is out now. So Jocelyn's story starts off where it all started, a brief story of how I met Robert. A lot of you guys already know how I met Robert at a concert when I was 19 years old. In 2015, I flew out to his concert with one of my closest friends. Robert flew both of us to California to his studio, which was a fun experience, but very mixed emotions, I can admit, at the time. He was going to help me pursue my dreams and to become a model slash singer. And the only thing that I have to say about this is, I thought that they met in, Mr. and Mrs. Savage's boutique shop. I mean, y'all leave your thoughts and opinions down below and let me know, because I really thought that, and I feel like she already starting off with a lie. But let's go ahead and continue. Robert would always look at me in a sexual way. The first couple of times we met occasionally. After meeting Robert and getting to know him, he was a really nice guy. I gave him my CD, he listened to it, and he loved it. That's where it all began. After a couple of days of discussing my music with Robert, I can tell you that man loves to tell you what he can do for you. We were even in the process of me getting signed. I didn't believe that. He would say it exactly like this: "Baby girl, you're going to be the next Aaliyah." And I truly loved Aaliyah, so Robert would repeatedly say this to me: "There's something about Robert and Aaliyah that I'm going to reveal." Which everyone needs to know. As one of his victims, yes, victim, I've seen more and heard more. I had dropped out of college because it was like I had everything I needed. I had money, new clothes every day. It was really a hard decision at the time, but me meeting an artist like Robert at 19 years old, I didn't have nothing to worry about at the time. We also did a couple of songs together in his studio, which he promised he would release on his platform, which never seen the day of light. Robert told me so many lies. My 19-year-old mind believed every one of them. The year 2015 was the year I can admit I fell in love with Robert. Because of what he did for me, he was nothing like my past boyfriends. Breakfast every morning, he took me anywhere I wanted to go. All of this at the age of 19 was something to look forward to hanging with the R.Kelly. Like you wouldn't at the time. Things started to change after a couple of months staying with Robert, but I already knew what was bound to happen. Nothing can be so perfect in my world. After these couple of months, Robert started giving me commands and making sure I call him by certain names like Master or Daddy, which I didn't really care for at the time. If I wasn't getting paid or pursuing my dream, I would have went home, but all of that didn't stop just yet. But it just started getting worse by day. He would raise his voice at me if I didn't call him by those two names. If Robert called me, I would have to reply with "Yes, Daddy" or "Please, Daddy." He was so controlling. Robert likes to manipulate whoever he was in the room with, even down to his own assistant. He didn't care. Everyone was in it for a check, so they didn't care either. Robert had a couple of houses where he would travel back and forth to, and there were certain rooms I couldn't enter, such as the basement, which made me curious, and it really bothered me not knowing what was behind certain doors. R.Kelly has cameras on every property he owned, and I thought it was just to keep him and his people safe, but no, it was to keep whatever he was hiding protected. Robert always had people slash assistants over his house. Everywhere he go, they went. They never spoke to me or anything. They just watched me, which was weird to me at the time. I can say I didn't have any type of privacy at all now that I think of it. If I showered, one of his assistants would have to be by the door while I showered. At the moment, I kept thinking to myself, why is all of this? Does he think I will run away or go back home? That's exactly what he thought. He didn't want me to leave at all, but I would get into that. I couldn't talk to my parents in private sometimes. I was told what to say on the phone to them. He would always say, all this can stop today. You want a career or do you want to live a normal life? Basically trying to make me do what he wants. And of course, I wanted a career in the industry, so that really meant a lot to me. And that's what I was here for. Next chapter will be out shortly. I mean, I don't know, you guys. I feel like that she's doing this to earn some coins for Rob.